Welcome back for another video. Today's video is on the upcoming international break. It's going to have a major impact on FPL for two reasons, which we'll get to shortly. There are some significant assets that could miss multiple games. I've not seen any videos discussing this yet, so this video is to arm you with all the useful information and considerations. At the end of the video, I'll cover exactly what you need to do. Before we jump in, only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you like the video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the video. So let's start off with the facts. The first element that will affect FPL is the international break between Gameweek 3 and Gameweek 4. There are many red listed countries, which simply means that if you go to these countries and then come back, UK law says you must quarantine in a managed quarantine hotel for 10 full days from arrival. This includes countries like Egypt, Brazil, Argentina, which means players like Salah, Raphinha, Martinez could all be affected. That 10-day rule could take them out of Gameweek 4 and Gameweek 5 and others in the coming months. Twitter user Bowstring the Carb compiled a full list of players affected by the red listed countries, link to that in the description. The second factor is the South American international break. There are 3 of these coming up for South American countries. They will be towards the end of September, October and November. This is due to fixtures back in March 2021 getting postponed. Therefore, the Premier League schedule has not been rearranged to accommodate and it clashes. The absolute worst case scenario is that these players could miss Gameweek 4, 5, 8, 9, 12 and 13. This is significant because popular picks such as Cavani, Emi Martinez, Raphinha, Buendia, Cavani, Firmino and many others could be affected. The fixtures are as follows. In UK time, the games kick off very late on the 9th of September or the early hours of the 10th, and Gameweek 4 starts on the 11th, so there's no chance of any players involved in these games making Gameweek 4. On top of that, Gameweek 5 starts 6 days later, so if there's still a 10-day quarantine rule in place, those players would also miss Gameweek 5. So what should you do? The first obvious thing you should do is save your wildcard, don't use it now. It might be extremely difficult to navigate the international breaks and therefore the wildcard will be a powerful chip to have available then. The next thing you should try to do is carry a free transfer into Gameweek 4. It might become the case that 2 free transfers is sufficient for navigating the drama, and you could even make 3 changes for a -4 or 4 for a -8, which again would allow you to save the wildcard for the other international breaks that could impact Gameweek 8, 9, 12 and 13. The next tip is to be mindful of what might change. On the 25th of August, the COVID rules will be reviewed, and therefore the quarantine rules may change. It's also possible that the Premier League could strike some form of agreement. We could have waited until the 25th to discuss this, but by then many of you may have made avoidable transfers or used your wildcard. Likewise, it's possible that the rules remain exactly the same anyway. So right now we're just covering all eventualities, so until then, be mindful. Lastly, consider the impact on other players. There will be many opportunities that present themselves here, one of them being FPL assets who will see more minutes with their teammates being away. For example, Cavani missing games is great news for Greenwood owners. Firmino missing games is great news for Jota owners. Last season COVID wreaked havoc on the fixture schedule, the effects of which were always going to carry over to this season. That said, there were also lots of useful lessons, such as being flexible with your team, being ready to adapt to sudden news, and banking transfers where possible so you're less exposed. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please drop it a like and subscribe to the channel for future content. I've got a new series dropping this week on the channel. I read every comment as well, so be sure to leave one below with your thoughts.